If your face completely loses color in the winter, but you don't want that orangey self-tanner look, this is how you're gonna stay warm and glowy all winter long. All winter long. Winter used to make me feel really dull inside and out. My skin would be really dry. I don't like being pale and I would get really pale. The sun is not the same in the winter time. So even in California, I still like to add a bronzy glow. I like to add some warmth to my face. And I really like to do it without heavy makeup. When you feel good and you're confident in how your skin looks, you're just gonna be overall happier. Let's just be honest. I always start out with dewy and glowy skincare. You can watch my video right here. This video is all about how I get that dewy, glowy look that lasts all day long. This is basically what I did on my skin. I'm going to now show you a few products that I use that really add that warmth and that contour that's not too heavy, but also not too orange, and it looks very natural. I'm not going to use any foundation today whatsoever. I'm going to be using a glowy serum. I'm going to be using a SPF that has a tint in it, a cream bronzer, and then possibly a powdered bronzer and a little concealer. So we are going to be stacking and layering just to get a more natural tan look without the foundation, so it's not gonna feel heavy, and I love that. Okay, on top of the skincare, I'm going to go ahead and add my Kosas Dream Bean Sunlit. This is an SPF. I love this SPF. I used to use In Beauty. I still love In Beauty, but this one, it doesn't have a glow to it, but it has a really nice color that will immediately add warmth and tint to your skin. I really believe that this color would go good on lots of skin unless you have that porcelain white skin. Then maybe it might be a little too much for you, but you can try it. You can go down your neck. Really, it's all about learning your own skin and playing with stuff until you find what you love. But for the most part, I think this will work on lots of different skin shades. And I'm almost out of this one. In fact, I probably should open up my new bottle. I bought the sample size because I heard so many good things about Kosas. I wanted to try it. And of course, I loved it so much, I bought a big one. It's also very clean, so you don't feel bad about what you're putting on your skin. If you've watched any of my makeup videos, you know how obsessed I am with my IT Cosmetics brush. I'm so obsessed that it's now falling apart because I've used it so much. I need to get a new one. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it on my brush. It goes on so beautifully. It never feels cakey. It doesn't make my skin feel heavy. It's a beautiful SPF 40. I do like to sit in the sun in the mornings, and I probably should put this on before I do, but the morning sun isn't harsh. I'm also out hiking all the time. I love going to the beach, so I am pretty tan for January. Regardless, I'm still gonna show you how I add that beautiful bronze. And anything you do on your face, you wanna bring it down your neck. So lovely. And the bottle is just beautiful. I don't know if you can tell much. It has a tiny bit of shine to it, but it doesn't have as much glow as the In Beauty Mineral Sun Glow that I normally show in all of my videos. This is one of my favorite products, hands down as well. But since I just put on SPF, I'm going to put on the In Beauty version that doesn't have SPF, but it basically has that same bronzy glow in the bottle. This is called the Face Glaze Bronze, and it is very much like a serum. And I love that because it's hydrating. It adds that shine, that glow, and it's a beautiful bronzy color. It blends really nice. So again, if you are on the pasty white side, don't use as much as I do, but it'll blend really nicely. And we're not just gonna contour our face, we're kind of gonna bring it around all over our face, but slowly. This is how I do it. I'm not a professional makeup artist. I'm just here to show you what I do, and if I can benefit anybody, that makes me happy. So I put some on my brush, and normally where I would contour is where I'm gonna start. I'm just gonna tap it so that I concentrated on those areas of my face, but I am gonna blend it out all over. And you can see how I'm blending it out. If you want a little more, you can add a little more. You can layer as much as you want. All of these products are very lightweight. They don't feel heavy, like I said. It looks really dark, but when you start blending, it's so lovely. It blends so nice. I'm already looking a lot more tan, and I didn't use any self tanner. It'll wash off at the end of the day. I know I already had a tan, like I said, but we're just making it feel like it's summer up in here. Now that I have that foundation of the SPF and that glow serum, I'm gonna go in with just a little bit of concealer just to conceal parts of my skin that I feel like need it. And again, I talk about this product all the time. This is one of my favorite concealers because it's a serum concealer. And so it's really gonna match the feel and consistency of what we just put on our skin. I'm gonna use my IT Cosmetics concealer brush, and I just literally dab a little on it. And I'm just covering up a few areas under my eyes. I'm gonna just go ahead and go around my eye. The consistency is so much like what I just put on. It feels like it seamlessly blends together. My scar on my chin. I'm gonna bring it down my nose. This is how we contour, just a little. I'm not worried about contouring too much. I don't wanna feel heavy. I don't wanna feel like I'm putting too much on. This is almost like a no makeup look. But really, today we're all about bronze. We're done with concealer, and now we are going to get to the fun part of actually contouring just a little bit. We're not doing something heavy. This is my NARS in Laguna number 2. Love this cream bronzer so much. You can use a brush, you can use your finger, whatever you do is what you do. I'm just putting a little bit on my brush, and I'm going to start contouring just a little bit to add a little more brown, bronze warmth to our face. The reason I like this color, it's got a really good undertone. It's not too warm, it's not cool either. It's just a really good color for my skin personally. And I love it too because I'm gonna use it on my eyes and even my lips. So when you're contouring, you don't want to be low. You don't want to bring anything down, especially as we age. You really want to bring everything up. So I'm going to go a little high on my cheek, blend that up even into my temples, up to the top of my forehead where shadows would hit. We really want to not chisel today, but sort of define our features. Bring it up to the side of my nose, and I might just pat it on my eye just a little. It's so beautiful. I'm going to put a little on my jaw and up, bring it down just a little. Now we're gonna go on the other side. Now, whatever is left on your brush or whatever you're using, you can start to just very lightly, I'm just very lightly making sure that there's no harsh contrast between the concealer and the cream bronzer. We're done with the brush. What I'm gonna do now is I'm literally going to use my finger. I did wash my hands before I started, make sure they're clean. I'm going to dab it a little bit in the bronzer, and then I'm going to go ahead and put it on my nose, my lips, and my eyes. Just a little, literally just barely lightly tap on your finger. I'm putting it down the sides of my nose. I'm going to put some on my eye. And when you put it on your eyelid, you want to draw it up. We're not doing a full eyeshadow look. We're just adding a little bit of bronze even to the top of our eyes. We're not going to cover the entire eyelid. I'm just bringing it up into the crease, a little bit higher than the crease, and then up and out. Again, you don't want to bring it down, you want to bring it up and out. I'm gonna do the other side, and then we'll blend what we got going on our nose. You might think this is strange, but this is what I do, and it works for me, so I thought I would just share. And you want to put the bronzer at the tip of your nose, down the sides, and maybe just a little on the actual part of your nose where the sun would naturally hit your nose. I'm just literally tapping around the whole thing. I kind of want more. Where the sun hits is really on your nose. If you want to make your lips look a little bit bigger, you add shadow underneath. So I have a little bit left on my finger. I'm actually going to tap it a little bit around my entire lip. So I am not done with my lips. I'm going to add just a tiny bit of powder to my face. So the areas that we are a little bit shiny, we can go ahead and put a tiny bit of powder on it. But I wouldn't recommend doing too much powder because your whole point is to look glowy and warm and tan as if you were just at the beach. So I'm gonna use my Laura Mercier translucent powder. I have used this probably in every single makeup video I posted. I'm gonna use a flat brush and I'm gonna just put a little bit on it, literally the tiniest bit. And then I'm just going to dab where I'm really shiny right here and a little up here, just in areas that I don't want all of that shine. I'm not gonna go underneath my eyes because it just makes my eyes extra creasy and I don't want that today. A little on my nose and then definitely up here. And I think I wanna add a little bit of color to my cheek. So I was sent, Maybelline sent me several Cloudtopia cheek and lip mousses. This is what it looks like. I have only opened 2 of them. I like the consistency of them. So I'm just gonna dab just a little bit on my finger. This is the color. And I'm going to just wear my cheek just right here in a triangular area. Just put a little bit of color on. It just added just a hint of color to my cheek. So we're not just one note. And whenever I add anything to my cheek, I like to incorporate it a little bit up and a little bit on my nose. That is a great color. And it's really nice that you could use these on your lip. I'm gonna put a little on my lip. I didn't wanna put much because I'm gonna still line my lips. I really like Cloudtopia. I'm pretty sure you can find this in Walgreens or CVS or Walmart or wherever. For such an easy buy and probably inexpensive, I like it. If you still don't feel chiseled enough, if you wanna do a little bit more chiseling, you are welcome to do a powdered bronzer. I love my Hoola Benefit bronzer. I have used this for literally years. How old am I? I would say 15 years. I've been using this for 15 years, not this exact one, of course. Let's just put it on. Let's just do a little bit more chiseling. I'm just gonna put a little bit on the brush it came with. We'll just do a little more. Why not be extra tan today? Again, I'm gonna put it on my cheek right here, bring it up, bring it down to my jaw, down my neck. I'm gonna put a little bit on my nose. Eyes. So we are feeling extra bronzy, but I love it. I'm good with that. Now I just wanna do a tiny bit of liner, mascara, and lips. Let's go. Today I'm just gonna put on a tiny bit of eyeliner, just a little, just a hint, and we're gonna continue in the same color range. This is a brown color. This is called Dusty Brown, and it's the Swede eyeliner. I love Swede. They sent me a bunch of products, and you can easily find them on Amazon, and they are awesome. They're clean. They're just such, I've loved everything that they've sent me. I already went through an entire lip pencil that I was obsessed with. I love everything. I love their mascara. I love their eye pencil. They have an eyelash serum that's great. Everything so far has been amazing. I do want to purchase some more products just to give everything a try, but so far, I really like it. So I'm just gonna line underneath and on top in the corners. And a little trick that I like to do, I like to get a flat side that's kind of firm of an eyeshadow brush, and I follow the line that I just made and use it to bring the liner up, almost like a subtle cat eye. If the eyeliner doesn't come with a smudge side, then that is a really nice little trick. One eye done, let's do the next. And if you feel like your eyelids are a little too creamy and your liner is gonna stick to the top, a little trick is I just take my translucent powder, I'll take just an eyeshadow brush and I'll dab a little bit in there, and then I'll just sweep it across my eyelid and just dab a little directly on the line itself. I've gotten to the place where I'm extremely fast doing this particular look, and you will too. With a lot of practice, you'll get there. Let's do mascara. I'm gonna curl my lashes today and then use my Lancome primer. Isn't this the cutest little sample ever? I have a mini one and I'm so glad that this came in the mail. I bought something at Macy's and got like a whole Lancome sampler pack, and I'm so glad because I literally just ran out of my full size. So time to go shopping. I always curl first and after my mascara dries. I really like to move the wand back and forth to make sure that it really coats my lashes. And then I'm going to use the L'Oreal Extensionist. I was sent this and I freaking love it. This is also in the brown color category. This is called the brown. I really like it. It's sort of like a dark brown. Maybe from far it looks black, but it's not quite as striking as a black. It's really a beautiful color. Next side. I cannot live without this primer. It makes all the difference. It is 1000% worth the money. Every penny. And if you're an oily girl like me, you might want a little more powder. I'm just going to touch up a little bit in the same places where I already produced a little more oil. All right, it's lip time. I have been loving Kylie Cosmetics, and this is a color I fell in love immediately. This is in the color Saturn. This is the Precision Pout Pencil, and boy, does it actually work very good. It works so good. So I always like to make sure it's sharp, and I'm going to line just outside of my lips to make my lips look bigger than they are. This is the perfect color too for this look. I really recommend this color. And what's nice is we already added some color to our lips. And so really, I'm not gonna add any more color to it. I've lined it, I've blended it just a little bit with the liner itself. And another little trick I like to do is just put a dab of concealer kind of in the center of my lips. And the It Cosmetics concealer works great for this. It just makes your lips look extra pouty. And while it is drying on your lips, you can just put a little lip gloss on and you're good to go. So I'm going to be using the City Lips, one of my favorite lip glosses, just because the peptides are really plumping. And I'm not making it too shiny. I'm not putting all over, just a little on the outsides. And there is the look. So now you can go out of your house and you can feel that warm, dewy, bronzy look and not be orange, and also look like you just spent a week on vacation in Hawaii. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's always fun giving a little tutorial. Again, I'm not a professional makeup artist. I just love showing you little tips and tricks that I do, and hopefully you got something out of this video. If you have any questions or comments, please drop them below. If you have any videos that you would love for me to create, let me know. And I just want to say thank you for being here. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button, like this video. Be sure to watch this video that I have right here, and I will see you on the next episode.